Hello，先生女仔，歡迎你翻到嚟 Vlad the Impaler。我係艾魯，而家去到 Chapter 4嘅完結，去到 Chapter 5啦。我哋個人就 intelligence 幾高，一個智慧型嘅刺客。另外，但係 strength 低少少，希望可以加翻啲啊。另外 agility 同 dexterity 都幾高下，都唔差嘅。charming 嘅一半，呢啲都冇加過。好，希望我哋可以提升翻你 strength 咗大力嘅刺客。Chapter 5。Your weapon clings sharply against the sword of the bearded knight. A single gives way under your foot, and you barely manage to adjust your weight before you slide off the roof to certain death. The knight presses his attack, and you're forced backward along the dome of the Hagia Sophia Mosque. 咁你喺一個聖蘇菲亞教堂上面嘅圓頂上面，同一個有住鬚嘅騎士喺度開緊戰，亦都勉勉強強咁樣控制住你自己嘅重心，避開自己唔會跣落去仆死。OK。Your name will be added to the list of the judged, shout the knight. You will join your heathen brothers and sisters impaled on the pikes of hell, and your sultan will at last feel the fire of the master he serves. With that, you duck a swing of his sword and spin to strike him hard against his ribcage. 咁個滿面鬍鬚嘅騎士就大叫：你個名會俾人加響呢個受審判嘅名單上面，你會同你嗰班咁嘅異端邪教兄弟姊妹一齊俾人貫穿插喺一條劈嘅啲長槍上面，喺個地獄嘅長槍上面，而你嘅酋長亦都會感受到，可以嘗試到佢嘅主人嘅火焰嘅燃燒喺佢身上面燒。OK， 然之後 with that you duck。咁當佢講完嘅時候，咁你都避開咗佢嘅攻擊，而亦都打中佢嘅肋骨。The armor under his cloak keeps him from being hurt, but the force of the blow sends him carrying off the roof. With a frightening scream, he plummeted to the street below. His armored body screwed itself on the spike of the mosque fence. 咁你嘅攻擊雖然係打唔到佢，唔可以令到佢受傷，令到佢痛，但係個衝擊力足以踢佢出去，離開咗個天台，而佢亦都一路尖叫住，一路跌咗落去，插穿咗喺呢個教堂旁邊圍欄上面嘅刺咯。As you look down on his broken body, quickly soaking to red, you realize that his final verdict, Proton, they are going to assassinate the Sultan. 咁你望住下邊佢條慢慢染滿晒血，俾血染紅嘅屍體喺度，亦都大概估計到佢到底想點。佢哋似乎想刺殺呢個酋長。OK， 咁我哋又要出翻去先，即係唔知發生咩事。Main menu，可能有啲頭先啦。教先，發現有啲奇怪 ，Window 都冇 full screen。OK， 搞掂。Main menu， 好，搞掂。第13 turn， 好啦，我哋去邊度好咧？好，我哋去廣場嗰度啦。You are chasing a knight through the town square. He is fast, but you manage to keep him in your sight until he disappears through an archway into a small building. You follow him in, only to find a staircase leading down. The air is moist as you leap down the steps. You are obviously descending into one of the city's many cisterns. When you emerge from the stairs, however, you are struck by the size of the underground space. 咁呢度追住個騎士喺一個廣場度追住個騎士，咁雖然佢好快，但係你仍然可以跟到佢，直至到佢喺一個去到一棟細小嘅建築物嗰度咁啊，先跟失咗佢。咁你大概都知道佢喺邊度嘅，咁你跟住佢入去。咁喺入邊見到一條樓梯，一個往下嘅， 而附近嘅空氣都幾濕潤。而你當你慢慢落嘅時候，發覺下邊嘅空氣有幾濕潤。咁你去到下邊嘅時候，發覺下邊有啲幾空曠嘅地方。哇！你發覺完全冇估計到下邊有咁多空間嘅。Pillars stretch in all directions like a forest fire of stone, all surrounded by several feet of standing water. People mill about along the walkway situated just above the waterline, trying to hide from the afternoon sun. You spot the knight as he reaches the end of the walkway, only to discover that there's no exit in that direction.OK， 呢個跟住佢咁啊，你見到一條好似森林咁樣起到好似森林咁樣石柱咁啊，全部都係有浸住水下邊係咁啊。People mill about along the walkway situated just above the waterline。咁其他好多人咧都係啱啱喺呢個水平線上面喺度行嘅啫。咁 trying to hide from the afternoon sun， 咁啊避開一個正嘅太陽。而你見到呢個你追緊嘅騎士咧。去到一個走廊嘅盡頭，咁你發現嗰邊係冇地方可以俾你走嘅。He turns your gaze meets his across the crowd. You give him a consolatory smile. He made a bad choice, and now you have him. He smiled back, and then reached over and grabbed a chain on the wall, pulling it down hard. A thundering sound echoed through the cavernous chamber, and your blood ran close at you as you realize that the cascine is now flooding. People scream, water rise around your feet. 咁當你覺得你逼到佢走投無路嘅時候，先發覺咦，原來佢仲有啲方法啦。咁佢拉咗條鎖鏈，咁條鎖鏈一拉嘅時候，咁似乎有啲水開始浸呢個地方 ，the water rise around your feet， 咁樣開始慢慢浸上嚟啊。Forget the night and try to save as many people you can. Let the people fend for themselves and get the bastard. OK， 得佢。As the physical specimen that you are, you race across the water at top speed. While the knight tries to quickly remove his armor for the swim, he looks up at you just as you crash into him, tackling him into the water. The two of you splash and struggle.Each drawing knives and trying to keep other from getting in that fatal step。 咁啊，非常之健壯嘅，非常之快咁樣就衝過咗水面，然之後去到騎士度，而家騎士都喺度除緊嘅盔甲，嘗試準備游水。而當佢望見你嘅時候，亦都撞埋佢嘅身邊，咁啊撞咗佢入水度。而兩腳都喺度互相咁掙扎啊，喺度玩水咁樣喺度劈嚟劈去。雙方都係掹咗把刀出嚟，然之後嘗試阻止自己唔好俾人哋吉一刀去足以致命嘅刀。The battle is wet and slippery, but in the end you manage to get in the first step, and a second and a third. The water blooms with red as you rise. The knight grabs in pain beneath the surface, and water fills his lung, drowning him. You yourself let go and kick up toward the ceiling. 咁你最後經過一輪嘅掙扎之後，你終於成功吉咗大刀，然之後第二刀、第三刀。而啲水亦都慢慢變紅，個騎士一路好辛苦咁掙扎緊，但係佢都係喺掙扎嘅時候，啲水都灌滿咗佢嘅肺度，浸死咗佢，亦都踢開咗佢游上去天花板度。In a panic, you wonder how you are going to survive when your head emerges into a small dome. There is still air trapped there, and as long as you tread water, you'll be safe until the city engineer throws the switch to drain the cistern. You won't be alone, however, as the body of drowned float up to share the ceiling with you. 咁當你喺度諗緊點樣生存嘅時候，發覺喺上面有個圓頂，咁你喺入邊可以都仲有好多空氣，咁你都可以入邊生存到，但係就附近有好多浸死嘅人陪住你。OK， 加 strength，OK 都好啊，90啊，除咗 magic 之外，其他都幾高下而家。好啦，跟住咧，我哋去邊度咧？14日，好，去 catacomb 先啊，再落去。喂，咩嚟嘅呢啲 ？You race through the catacomb in pursuit of a fleeing knight， 仍然係追緊騎士。As he runs ahead of you, he pulls a handful of something from his pouch, tossing them onto the ground behind you. You hear the soft tink of metal, realize that he's dropping caltrop, spike ball that will easily burst through your boots and cripple your feet while he gets away。咁你發現佢一路追緊嘅時候，你聽見地下啲叮叮聲咁樣，佢係掉低咗啲嘢，咁掉低咗啲吉腳嘅尖尖釘，咁係阻止人哋冇追住佢嘅。Okay，unable to see where they landed by the flickering light of your torch, you dug down a parallel corridor in order to run up along him. Unfortunately, there was a gaping hole in that side corridor, and your momentum take you over the edge. OK， 咁你見唔到佢喺邊度掉低啲嘢，咁你就唯有喺一條平行嘅走廊咁嗰度嘗試追住佢，但係你見唔到喺下邊有個窿喺入邊，然之後你亦都係跣咗個窿入邊噶嘛。You feel your limb out as you slide down a slab of rock. Then over the edge of a wild champs, your hand only barely grab the edge of a massive pit before you pump up into darkness. Your torch, however, does. 咁你一路跣落去，咁一路向下跣，咁你隻手亦都勉勉強強捉住咗個可以捉住咗喺個好大嘅一個好巨型嘅深坑嘅邊緣嗰度，咁令到你冇跌到落去，但係你支火把係跌咗落去。Okay, you look down as the flame hits bottom, and you see piles and piles of corpses. Some are new, others are ancient. That's when you notice some of body are sea guards. Their uniform are gone, but you recognize their face from when you first enter Istanbul. 咁你當把火把跌到落底嘅時候，你發覺下邊有好多好多唔同嘅屍體，有啲新嘅，有啲舊嘅。但係當你望嘅時候，發覺有啲係城市守衛嘅屍體嚟嘅，而佢哋嘅制服都唔見咗。但係你認得嗰幾個守衛個樣，係你當第一嚟到嘅時候，你已經見過佢哋。Pull yourself up, try to climb down and inspect. Okay, pull yourself off a peak and to safety. 一係落去睇一睇，算啦，唔需要，我大概都知係邊個嚟嘅。我已經爬落去都未必上返嚟。Okay, you dare not risk falling to your death by climbing down. Nor do you want to get stuck at the bottom. Using all the strength you can summon, you hoist yourself up over the ledge. You gaze back at the peak just as the torch goes out. As you light a second one, you curse the fact that your quarry got away and that you'll be covered in bruise tomorrow. At least you've learned that some of the sea cars have been replaced. That goes a long way in explaining how so many disappearances could be taking place in Istanbul. 咁你用盡全力爬翻上個頂嗰度，亦都因為驚住你爬落去就翻唔到上嚟。而當你點嗰盞燈嘅時候，喺度怨緊，可惜我哋追唔到我哋追緊嘅騎士。但係都可以知道咗有好多 city guard 係俾人哋換咗，好多城市守衛俾人換咗，但係亦都可以明白到點解咁多怪大嘅事件喺呢個城發生，但係都仲未解決得到。OK， 加 con 加 strength 10，哇幾好啊！好15日，去邊度好咧？去 Palace， 去 Palace 啊！ You gain entrance to Palace on the final day of Ramadan, where there is to be an enormous feast to break the mouth of fasting. While there, you manage to sneak off into the shadow in order to investigate some suspicions you have about the Sultan's advisor. 咁喺呢個最後呢個 Ramadan 最後一日嘅時候，你都嚟到喺度。咁佢哋喺個皇宮度係 suppose 有一個好大嘅盛宴喺度。咁等人哋可以齋戒完之後戒食之後可以慢慢咁食翻多啲嘢。咁而喺嗰度嘅時候，亦都成功咁去潛入於黑暗當中，咁去嘗試去調查下，有啲嘢你係好懷疑緊呢個 Sultan's advisor 嘅事，你想調查下佢呢個 Sultan's 嘅官員啦，係咯 advisor 啦嘅嗰啲係咯 advisor 嘅時間，即係中文點講嘅。Okay. As you are passing the extensive kitchen, one of the cook happened to make eye contact with you. My friend, he says. You look at him cautiously before realizing that he's the father of a child you rescued from kidnapper. Okay. 咁當你 去到一個廚房嘅時候，你同其中一個廚師眼望到佢噶嘛，佢認得你，my friend， 我朋友，佢講，你當望佢嘅時候咁啊，一路都好懷疑呢個咩人嚟咁樣，但係你發現咗，原來呢個係一個你拯救過嘅細路嘅老豆嚟嘅。He come up to you and shake your hand profusely. Not a day goes by that I do not thank God for you in my prayer. You smiled at him, hoping to end conversation before anyone else take notice of you. 咁啊，佢行埋嚟都去同你握手噶嘛，喺度係咯，搏命咁同你握手啊！每日都諗住你咁啊，喺一個亦都係同神祈禱嘅時候，都係會提醒你提住你個名嘅。咁你同佢微笑，但係希望可以盡快傾完，因為你唔想俾其他人發現。Please, he say, leading you into the kitchen. I have no money to offer, but I can give you something which is better than money. 啊 ，please， 拜託你啊，唔該啊。咁佢帶你入廚房度。我冇錢，雖然我冇錢可以俾你，但係希望我有啲嘢俾你係好過錢嘅。Okay, he pull you over to a cauldron of simmering stew, dose out a small bowl to you. This stew is made only for sultan. 咁佢帶你一個煲嗰度，然之後滗咗啲俾你。呢啲嘢淨係整俾個酋長嘅啫。Okay, it is his special soup which he takes every night before bed. It has magical property just once. Between you and I， 原來佢繼續講緊嘢喎。OK， 呢啲咁嘅特別嘅湯係佢每晚臨瞓之前都飲㗎。做咩講英文嘅 ？Anyway，OK，it has magical property just as once. Between you and I offer it to you as thanks for rescuing my child。咁呢啲湯係佢每晚都飲嘅，佢有啲特殊嘅魔法效果嘅。咁啊，我淨係呢一次就冇話俾人知啊，我俾你飲一飲啊。咁啊，多謝你救我細路。Absolute and drink it, turn down and move on。好，咁啊飲咗佢啦。Thank you, you say and taste it. The broth is strong and full of spice, but it's very good. As you drink, you ask the man why is it so special。多謝，咁你都喺度飲啲湯啦。咁啊，都去問個人，到底呢啲湯有咩咁特別咧？It strengthens virility so that the Sultan can keep his wife and concubine happy in bed. Okay, that was not the answer you expect, but certainly a little more virility you can never hurt. OK， 佢 keep 住佢體力非常之好啊，咁啊身壯力健，咁啊令到佢嘅老婆同埋佢啲妾侍亦都係喺床上面非常之開心。雖然呢啲唔係你想你預計嘅一啲答案啊，但係咧起碼都好啊，咁體力好啲都好嘅。Thank you very much, you reply, handing the bowl back to him. It is the least I can do, he replies. Thank you for bringing back my son. 你同佢講多謝晒你啊，咁然之後俾翻個碗佢，然之後佢講呢啲嘢係我即係我淨係可以做到啲咁嘅嘢咋，最少起碼做啲咁嘅嘢啦。佢就答多謝你救翻個仔啊。OK，you shake his hand and then leave the kitchen, continue on your way. You don't notice that you feel somehow stronger than you did when you entered. OK， 咁啊，你同佢握手，然之後離開個廚房，繼續去你嘅工作。但係當你離開嘅時候，發覺你真係好似比之前大隻咗。You feel a sense of confidence and a certain level of powers. Whatever it was in the bowl, it was certainly powerful. OK， 哇，加3加1超勁，差唔多快到完咗啦。咁就應該去到 last chapter 啦，亦都係最後一日嚟嘅，而家係。好 ，anyway， 咁啊，今集去到呢度先啦。今集都幾短下，其實頭先嗰幾集即係之前嗰幾集都係20幾分鐘，而家18分鐘完，19分鐘。好。我哋應該都好大隻，好高 con 亦都係一個強大亞沙線，亦都樣樣能力都平均下嘅。撳落去睇下先啦，反映下樣樣能力都幾平均下，除咗 magic 嘅低少少啫。好 ，anyway 今集去到呢度先啦，希望你中意呢個 series，下集再見啦，拜拜。